What's up, YouTube? It's the one and only Division 18, and welcome back to another video. As we all know, one of the greatest wide receivers to play for the Dallas Cowboys has been released. Yes, today we are going to be talking about Dez Bryant. Because even at the time of this recording, it's been almost a week since he's been released, and he is yet to sign for another NFL team. And while yes, I do understand in a way why the Dallas Cowboys have decided to release Dez Bryant, seeing how he's incredibly expensive, it was still a ballsy move, and what the Dallas Cowboys were telling me is that even with their poor receiving core as of right now, Dez Bryant wasn't going to bring the necessary help, and we are not afraid to play him as the Dallas Cowboys organization. And now, a week after his releasing and still not being signed by a team, maybe there's a little bit of truth to what I just said. But even so, that won't be the case for an entire offseason, and by training camp, Dez Bryant will be in another team's uniform. So with that, here's my top 5 landing spots for Dez Bryant in 2018. Also, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy. Also comment. The Baltimore Ravens. Joe Flacco, a quarterback that still has the youth, the experience, and the IQ to still be a top 10 quarterback in this league. But yet we witnessed the worst season of his career last season, in one part due to injuries suffered in the offseason before the season, and second to the lack of offensive weapons that the Baltimore Ravens just had on their offense. A receiving core that was led by Mike Wallace, who was barely able to scrape up 750 receiving yards and is now on the Philadelphia Eagles. Benjamin Watson, who struggles with injuries, and a very, very disappointing season in Jeremy Maclin. While that won't be the case already entering this season if they don't sign Dez Bryant, seeing how they've already added offensive playmakers like Michael Crabtree and John Brown to their roster, signing Dez Bryant is an easy way to get your team in the conversation again about winning the AFC North. Finishing with the 9-7 record last season with little to no offensive weapons, gaining Dez Bryant to go along with the rest of the offensive playmakers they've already acquired this offseason, it will surely be one of the best receiving cores Joe Flacco has ever played with. The Washington Redskins. Now, I don't think this is actually going to happen, but if you guys did hear Dez Bryant after he was cut, he said, quote, "It's okay, I'll be playing this team twice a year next season," end quote. The Philadelphia Eagles would love to have Dez Bryant in my opinion, but it is not really needed there. But when looking at the New York Giants, yes, if the Giants were to release Brandon Marshall, then they can sign Dez Bryant. But what kind of direction is that in releasing a veteran wide receiver for another veteran wide receiver? So we're here with the Washington Redskins, so let's just play around with this a little bit. While yes, it would surprise me if this happened, it will be short-lived because it's a perfect Daniel Snyder move. He's been known to make out-of-nowhere trades and signings, so this could just honestly add to the list. The Washington Redskins don't really have a number one clear-cut wide receiver on their roster, even with the addition of Paul Richardson. And honestly, adding to the weapons of Jordan Reed, Richardson, Doxson, Crowder, and Thompson doesn't sound bad at all, and I'm sure that Josh Norman would love to go against Dez Bryant every day in practice. I might have just low-key talked myself into the Washington Redskins. The San Francisco 49ers. Dez Bryant going to the San Francisco 49ers, I think, would be one of the most entertaining and fun moves for Dez Bryant and for the 49ers, because to just pair up with new prodigy Jimmy Garoppolo would just be so fun and unpredictable every game. While I think Dez Bryant needs to go to a team with a veteran quarterback who already has experience under his belt, Jimmy Garoppolo already plays like that. Winning every single game that he started last season, he's already earned my hype. And as with Joe Flacco in a sense of leading his team to victories with no receiving core, Jimmy Garoppolo was doing the same last season. Marquise Goodwin was carrying the squad with a little bit of help from Pierre Garçon, who still had a little bit left in the tank. But adding Dez Bryant should and could give Jimmy Garoppolo an easy target to get the ball in third down and red zone situations, which would contribute to winning and could potentially take a wild card spot or even push for the division with the Los Angeles Rams. And as the same with Josh Norman, I am sure that Richard Sherman would love to go against Dez Bryant every day in practice. The New Orleans Saints. With the emergence of Alvin Kamara and the best career season of Mark Ingram last season, I'm sure that the New Orleans Saints are going to do a little bit more of the same as they did last season in shifting away from the pass-heavy offense that we have been used to seeing over the past couple of seasons. And while that's not a bad thing whatsoever, we still have Drew Brees, who would be more than happy to have another veteran presence on that offense. Adding to Michael Thomas, Ted Ginn, and new addition Cameron Meredith would make that offense completely loaded. And when I was talking about the San Francisco 49ers and how I think Dez Bryant will have to sign with a team with a veteran presence and leadership, Drew Brees and head coach Sean Payton are more than qualified to keep Dez Bryant's attitude in check more than any of the previous teams that I've mentioned on this video. So it would be fun to see how that would play out. The Green Bay Packers. Now I've actually got something in the works already about the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. I won't say much about it, but if the Green Bay Packers end up missing out on Dez Bryant this offseason, it will just be added to the project that I am working on. The Green Bay Packers have been one of the worst teams in the NFL when it comes to free agency acquisitions, and it's a shame, honestly, when you have a talent like Aaron Rodgers who literally single-handedly leads the Packers to wherever they end up every single season. And as we know this offseason, the Green Bay Packers released Jordy Nelson to let him go catch over 1,000 yards with Derek Carr and now the Oakland Raiders. And what makes it worse is that the Green Bay Packers organization believes that Jimmy Graham, who cannot catch a ball anymore, is in a way a replacement weapon for Jordy Nelson, with the addition or the assumption that Randall Cobb and Devontae Adams will step up. In my opinion, it would yet again be another disrespectful offseason to Aaron Rodgers, and I'm going to just leave it at that because I gotta save the rest of this for my future project. Dez Bryant needs to be playing for the Green Bay Packers next season in order to stay in the division race with new powerhouse Minnesota Vikings, as well as sleeper team Detroit Lions. Dez Bryant needs to go to Green Bay, and that's the end of it. But now you guys basically know what team I believe Dez Bryant should go to. I still low-key talked myself into the Washington Redskins, which is a little bit more realistic besides the Green Bay Packers in my opinion. But make sure to leave your comments down below on what team you guys think that Dez Bryant's going to sign with this offseason. And there was really no point in recapping Dez Bryant's career with the Cowboys. You guys should all really know what he was about. And I think Dez Bryant honestly will have one of the best seasons of his career this season, due to the fact that it was just disrespectful in my opinion. With that wide receiving core, and to not even inform your starting quarterback, it's just janky. Make sure to also leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos throughout this NFL off season. Thank you guys for tuning into today's video, and I will catch you guys in the comments and in the next video. Yeah.